Uh, y'all got the numbers in front of y'all. Y'all seen bigger and better.
So you telling me
Oh,
that there
man.
hasn't been a more impressive underdog victory in playoff history?
I can give you one right off the bat. No, no throw Tebow played the Steelers right off the bat.
I respect you saying. How did it
The Saints
feel to lose
the,
to Tim Tebow?
the Saints run. Even on the flip to that, the first six seed to run the table to win the Super Bowl wasn't the Dallas Cowboys.
It was the New York Giants.
It was the Pittsburgh Steelers, sir. Thank you. You're welcome.
Oh yeah, that's Pittsburgh. I forgot.
And but that was a little bit before y'all time. Y'all really wasn't in the football lane. Y'all probably still in the dungeons or some shit,
I'm weak.
or certain Cowboy fan. You still watching Hello Kitty. You wasn't really watching football then. But anyway, that's my last Dallas Cowboy jab tonight.
I
Are you sure?
didn't hear the question, so I don't know what y'all talking about.
Like we
What
was
was the
talking,
question?
We're
we was
talking
talking
about
about, we was talking about,
the more
we was talking about,
improbable.
we was talking about Michelle not going to the inauguration.
Yes, sir.
I don't
We
think George Clinton is either. There's a lot of people ain't going, so to speak.
we know you're up in arms about that as well
Oh,
too.
I personally don't give a shit.
I'm
Personally, I don't give a shit personally.
So fellas, shout out.
out.
First and
We
foremost, shout
gotta
out to
get you
Jay
some of
Daniels.
these.
Jay Daniels, that boy is an absolute animal.
Uh,
JD5.
are we
And
still Bo
again,
Nix rookie?
I think he
hey,
might have
look,
took that jump. I think Bo had opportunity to get it in that Charger game, and when they didn't come back and he didn't make enough plays in that Charger game, he might have lost it.
it was
But I
close.
still I still believe in Bo Nix for sure though. But I think that Jaden
And
after that, they won 5 in a row after that.
it was close. As the season started to wind down, you know what I'm saying? His position back, I will say that. But I definitely think it was close. I still rock with Bo Nix. He still made the playoffs. So,
Oh wow.
you know what I'm saying?
You mean the playoffs the Cowboys didn't make? I mean, oh damn! I said I wasn't gonna.
On through another cheap shot. See.
I said I wasn't gonna do that no more. Damn, I'm sorry.
Coach, where
Um,
your team at? Huh?
say what?
I said, where your team at?
My team currently with your team, but your team was there first.
I knew that was coming.
Oh my God.
Talking
Your team
about,
was there first.
I knew that was
I
coming.
I mean,
just wanted to know. I just wanted to know. I mean,
I was just making an
so
observation.
high and mighty on the Cowboys, I just
Hey,
want.
Playboy, hey Playboy. It's not even a. I shouldn't even have to explain it to you. But if you're not used to having an arch nemesis, so you're used to cheating your way through a conference.
I don't have an arch nemesis.
Uh,
Nat Nation
Damn.
is my arch nemesis. If
Is
anything,
it? And Nap Nation got a crackhead for owner. He's got his own problem.
Well, he's not a crackhead.
He's a
He's an
drunk.
alcoholic.
He's a drunk.
He's
He's
an
a
alcoholic. You gotta get it right. You gotta
he's a
get it
There's a
right.
big difference there.
You got
he's
big
a
difference. Big
he,
difference.
no he's a
That man have too many whiskeys every night. There's a
no
big difference.
Playboy. No, let's get it right. His daddy was an alcoholic. He's a crackaholic.
He got a combination going on.
Yeah. He,
a crack
his,
hard.
his his addiction flips on a whim. It all depends on what he doing that night. It could be crack. It could be alcohol. It could be both.
Wow.
So no, you don't. But it's okay. One day you might get there.
So
Maybe my maybe Miami give you something to constantly jab them about outside of overpaying a concussion-prone quarterback who can't accurately throw past Chad Pennington yards. I'll let you know that.
Fuck Miami. I want to talk about what happened with that. Was it because I think it's because Detroit is just Detroit. Like the season that they have.
I think Rose said it best, bro. The injuries caught up.
Injuries caught up with them. When you play a team that can catch you on both sides of the ball, and they can expose you on your weakest side of the ball, which is defense, because you had too many key defensive injuries, and your defensive scheme can't contain a RPO, whatever that is y'all call it, type of player. This is what happens. They're not used to that in their conference. They don't have a Daniel type quarterback in their conference where they play twice a year and can have sufficient live action against to adjust to that type of situation. It's one thing to see it on film, but then it's another thing to play it. Mm-hmm. And when your quarterback actually utilizes your number one receiver and your go-to tight end in key situations, this is what happens. They wasn't doing all this on a stats wise, they was doing it on a top 5 defense this season according to the NFL. But that top 5 defense was riddled with injuries in key positions: linebacker, lineman, safety. I mean, 3 of those guys was playing with injuries.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
And then Brent got hurt a couple times. Like, I never was sold on Aaron Glenn in this defense personally.
I mean, the scheme was just what it was. It was a good scheme, but as with any scheme, if you don't have the proper personnel to run it, you get exposed.
Yeah, and I think they got exposed against teams that have multiple ways to things on offense. Like they got Eckler, Robinson, Ertz, McLaurin. So they have a multitude of players. John Bates. These not big time names, but they can get the ball in these guys' hands. And Kingsbury would just dial that shit up.
It could have been worse if they hadn't dropped some of the balls that they dropped to start off the first.
Hey, I just want to say congratulations to the Redskins. I hate the Redskins. They went crazy.
They did go crazy tonight. There's no way you can say anything bad about that fucking game. Like,
there's no hate. No hate.
At all. I say the same thing. I'm like, yo, there's nothing I can say bad. I want to, but I can't even say nothing.
Until they number one.
For real.
Can't say we ain't gonna
congratulations to the Redskins. I knew Detroit was full of water, and I knew they was gonna pop.
No, yeah, y'all. First it was Minnesota.
So I'm here for it.
Minnesota got exposed by the team that got exposed. So
they did.
It's exposed the NFC weekend. That's all it is.
I can see that.
So Radical Jack, if faced with the ultimate decision, I mean, would you be third rematch in the NFC conference game with the Washington Commanders? Did we lose Radical Jack? We lost Radical Jack. Yeah, I think matchup. I mean, just looking forward to next week. Anyway, who do y'all think has the edge in the rank?
I think the Rams have the edge as far as like coaching. When you got Sean McVay, that D line for the Rams D line, I want to give them the edge, bro. As far as they D line, but some telling me that Philly's D line is just a little more better. But we seen the Eagles versus Rams matchup already. And the Eagles boat racing these niggas, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like
that's if Saquon can get off though.
I don't see him not getting off. I don't see him not getting off. That's the thing about it. Like, I don't see him not getting off. You know what I mean?
They got a good front four.
Okay.
It's gonna come down to just how this game came down to turnovers.
What are you gonna do? Put 8 in the box and make them?
I think so.
And make Jalen throw.
Put 9 in the box.
Make Jalen beat you with your arm. That's
Absolutely.
the best way.
That's the best way. That's the only way I foresee it. Like they're not gonna. They play straight up in this playing that regular defense. They're gonna lose. But they got to come out committed to stopping the run. Pure point blank.
All 8 in the box does is give the motivational bookseller 5 receptions, 120 yards by the first half.
I don't think he can get it there personally. I don't.
Not you think Ramsey is Ramsey gonna shut him down?
Ramsey played for the Dolphins.
Exactly. So who's gonna shut him down, guy?
I don't know. I don't think for the team defense they are good in the cornerback position, but one name I can give you to say, hey, I think this guy gonna shut him down. But personally, I mean, the first matchup that they can't stop them. You know, so your only best bet is to play good team defense and make sure he don't get off, because if he get off, it's over. That's it. That's the only thing I see. But to me, it's more about that defense. Them, they lost Nakobe Dean. You know, like to me, it's gonna be about that defense. Can they stop Puka Nacua? You can't stop Puka Nacua. It's gonna be a long game.
But is there a zone defense the Rams can put up that's gonna stop Philly's run and pass game?
That's a good question. I don't know. I would lean to say no, to be honest with you, but who knows? They look good against Minnesota. They played really well as far as tackling too.
Yeah, in Philly, in below what's going to probably be below freezing with this wind chill shit coming across.
Mm-hmm.
And that's their element this time of the year. This is why you want home field throughout, as Kansas City showed today, along with the refs.
Oh man, agreed.
Damn, do y'all think the play in the snow?
Just trash from the start. If they wasn't getting held, the weather was fucking with them, or both. But
yeah,
somehow they miraculously pull out a game
every time.
With a particular ref at the helm.
Come on now.
I'm just saying what everybody else is saying. I'm not saying
you preach to the choir. You telling the truth.
I mean, that's got to be the topic of the year. That
rough in the passing jump came out of nowhere, bro.
Out of nowhere, dog.
That was straight at.
I think them niggas like 7-0 when he the ref.
Yeah, they're 7-0 when he ref.
It's crazy.
It's almost the exact opposite of when San Antonio played against Dick Bavetta or one of them motherfuckers in the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
They were like
Foster.
Some shit. They couldn't win a playoff series if he was the lead ref. It's almost like that, and that's tragic to be that obvious and nobody does anything about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all. The guy replacing Nakobe Dean is Owen Brooks. Hold on, Burks. I've never heard this guy all season. So Owen Burks from Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
he's a rookie too.
That's the paid agent. We gotta pay.
He might be the paid agent
for tomorrow.
He might be the paid agent, dog. He gonna be starting the right linebacker. Last week he had 9 tackles, so I mean he might be a tackling machine. I don't know, but I think Jeremiah Trotter Jr. might get some work too. Nolan Smith probably come in and play a little more minutes. So I mean I don't know. It's a good game, but I'm gonna tell you the matchup I'm looking forward to seeing is Cooper DeJean versus Cooper Kupp.
For sure.
That's gonna be the matchup, dog.
Wasn't he injured? Isn't DeJean injured? Oh, he's not. I thought they said something about him being injured, but
he might have been nicked. I think you're right. He nicked, but I don't think he's not gonna play. He gonna play. He just nicked, I think.
But I mean, him against Kupp is gonna be irrelevant if them Georgia boys on the line cause problems.
Yeah.
Especially with Carter, a young kid up in the middle.
Big
if
fact.
he causes problems, it ain't gonna matter what happens with their receivers, especially in that weather. Like I said, I think the weather's gonna be more of a factor tomorrow than it was today.
Yeah, I agree.
Word.
I agree. I think the weather's gonna be a huge factor. You know what I'm saying?
Because the Rams definitely aren't used to playing outside.
Nah.
And Houston used to it, but they adjusted. They couldn't adjust to the refs. But the refs won't be a factor in tomorrow's game as they was in today's game. It'll be more weather. Yeah.
I agree, because like that roughing the passer John was wild. Like you said.
It's some wild shit. I've been riding across it all weekend, and it's either been windy and raining, or they had some type of Arctic breeze shit where 1 minute is 60 degrees, the next minute is 24.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
nuts.
They're calling for snow in the Buffalo and as low as 9 degrees. I mean,
yeah. See, and they got that lake effect shit right there off the lake, and that shit runs right down. It's almost like a corridor where it runs down from West New York down into that Northeast Philly, hits Philly, catches New York, all that other shit. So the weather tomorrow definitely be more of a factor, which probably helps Philly with their run game because nobody's going to be able to throw the ball.
Nope.
Not with any kind of accuracy, and the Rams are more pass oriented than Philly. So that's going to hurt their game plan more than Philly game plan. But anything's possible.
Yeah.
As we've seen today, anything's possible.
Anything. I think that talking about the Chiefs deal with the refs, like it's all in the moments where they like on third down, or it's like, they in between by the convert to go over midfield. There's always some crazy shit that keep happening. Like, I think we kind of all on the same page with as far as like, bro, these niggas, man. I'm just tired of these niggas personally.
I haven't seen refs make these kind of roughing the passer calls since a certain Patriot era.
I don't think Tom Jones was that egregious though. I think Tom was actually getting hit.
No.
We never had any.
We can point out one right off the bat, since we're talking about Kansas City, because it cost Kansas City their legitimate first Super Bowl run.
Are you talking about the D4 play? That wasn't a phantom flag. He was offsides.
No, we're not talking about the offsides call, sir. We're talking about the pass interference before that. Or we can't talk about the roughing the passer before that.
I forgot.
Because it was two back-to-back fucked up calls, and it was just convenient. They had Miss Brady where they wanted him. They had the defense had them where they wanted them. All of a sudden, it's because they no different than, okay, I'll put it like this: no different than Kansas City linemen false starts every play.
74 be in the backfield every fucking play.
You find it convenient to not call it, but then when the defense makes a play, you find a reason to call this pass interference or roughing the passer thing for them. Just like you don't call that false start against them. But back to that, when Mrs. Brady got those two calls back to back, it was like Chris Jones got him, but he didn't get him, and they said it was roughing the passer. And then you did the offside thing that basically gave them another set of downs that cost them the game. That was their first year. They should have won at least been to the Super Bowl, if not won it. But they won it next year, so I guess that was
quarterback. That's crazy. The man said a defensive error is something that goes against.
It wasn't a defensive error though. It wasn't. Neither one of them were legitimate defensive errors. It was bailouts for Miss Brady.
Bailout when he was clearly
but okay,
offsides.
He was not offsides guy, but all right. You still focus on the offside, not the fucked up pass interference. I mean, roughing the pass.
Again, there's no pass interference. Unless you talk about.
I brought up the roughing the passer, not the. Yeah, it's like Michelle. It's like comparing Michelle O'Beal to Taylor.
I already apologized for that. So am I vindicated?
No, I'm not. Listen. I'm never letting that go, guys. Because seriously.
I had a moment where I was shooting at Joey and I was like, "Yo, everybody getting it. I don't give a shit."
I want that drink you was drinking that night because if it has me that delusional,
man, that was water, bro.
Your water's tainted.
He said it was tainted. That was water.
Your water got too much fluoride in it, or you need to have it tested for contaminants because you exceeding the level.
I just don't like Joy Taylor. That's all. She going straight for no reason, but hey, it is what it is.
With her peanut butter skin
and that big rack of hers.
Oh my god!
Get up butter skin.
Yo, Jason Whitlock need to get off the air, man. He was wild.
You know, I could have done that, man. You know, back in my high school days when I was in the band, and she had a thing for drummers. I could have done her back in the day.
That's exactly how he sounded too. Like I could have really had a chance with Joy, but I was like, nah, I'm okay. I don't want that.
Nah, man.
What?
Something in the back of my head said, no, don't do
it.
Don't
do it.
What is he why would you even do
it? Yeah, he said it's a failure on that one, dog. Come on, man.
Dude, if lying on your dick on air was a
dog, 100%. And Cam was like, yo, y'all see what Cam said? Cam was like, dog, stop it. You're just not that guy.
Come on, man. But then he attacked Cam. He basically called Cam a hoe. He was like, well, it wasn't my calling to have as many kids by multiple women.
He responded?
He basically he took the long route and called him a hoe without calling him a hoe.
I didn't even know he called him a hoe.
But I mean, he didn't call him. He didn't say the words, but he implied.
Okay, got you. Okay. Damn, I didn't even know he responded to him. That's crazy. Women. I'm gonna pull that up.
You got all these kids out there. It wasn't my calling to have that lifestyle.
You never seen this nigga with a woman ever. Like, come on, bro. Like,
they don't like him in Kansas City for a reason, because he's an ass. Him and Todd Haley are the two biggest asses to come out of Kansas City, sports related.
Todd Haley, boy. And, he with the Cowboys first, so I know all about Todd Haley. The shit he used to do.
But his daddy was with the Steelers. His daddy was with the Steelers during a couple of their Super Bowl runs, which is how he got his start in football by way of his daddy. But it's like he used to say, it's like they used to have rumors, quote unquote. He was an ass. He was effective, but he was an ass. The players didn't like him, but he was effective. That's how he got his little first coaching gig, and the only coaching gig he ever got. And he didn't last till one season. You know what I'm saying?
Going to Arizona?
So no, it was Kansas City. Yeah, it was Kansas City. Yeah. The two biggest asses to come out of Kansas City is him and I could have, but I didn't smash Joy.
Come on, get the fuck out of here.
Come on, man. If you the fat white executive, with some pull, yeah, that could have been you. But
Jason,
Windhurst had smashing her than you.
Yeah, like he I just passed on that. Like I could have really had that. I just passed on her.
Like bro, please stop talking.
That was him.
Yeah, I don't know who I think somebody paying him to talk to. I think he got a deal. He got one of conservative channels paying him money. Talk that bullshit.
He's He's on Fox for a reason.
He's a clown. Big clown.
He's on Fox for a reason because none of the other stations had room for what he calls himself a Christian nationalist reporter.
Okay.
And I'm butchering that.
Okay, all right.
Because he likes to, as he say, promote himself. Said he said one time if he had a flight going somewhere and it had a layover in Atlanta, he would change the flight because Atlanta is too ghetto for him. I'm like,
all parts of Atlanta are ghetto for one.
I mean, if you worried about Atlanta being too ghetto and you don't never leave the airport, then you're just talking out your head.
You want to talk bad about black people? That's what I hate. But I hate that shit.
There's one in every crowd, like
big facts.
I gotta stand out, so I gotta say certain shit that's gonna make me stand out, like Eli over everybody, or
you gotta get one of those shirts made for sure.
Hey, I'm gonna get two fucking around with
Glazing. No, what's the other one?
It's gonna be one with Michelle versus everybody.
Hell no.
Michelle versus
Eli over. Yeah, Eli over everybody and Michelle over everybody.
I'll take the Eli over everybody for sure.
I'm sure you will. Hey, bro, I got you lined up this year. This year we're gonna give you some real donuts and a T-shirt that says Eli over everybody. Just like the
crazy talk. It's crazy talk.
Who y'all got in the other NFC game though? I'm sorry, the AFC game. As far as the Ravens and the
I was about to say. So, do y'all feel like who do y'all feel like has the most pressure? Key candidate has the most pressure going into this game tomorrow night.
The one that's got the home field with the lake effect snow potentially. That's the one.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, it's almost, well, it ain't almost like it's like the Steelers not winning a playoff game in 8 years. You haven't won. The table's been set for you to win for the last 4 years.
At least 4.
At least 4. You've had the advantage in your home field for most of the playoffs in your favor, and you can't get. It was at first it was you can't get out of the first round. Now it's you can't get to the divisional round. So the table's set for you once again to get to the divisional round, at least.
Yeah.
So do you beat the Ravens at the same game you're going to play them, which is going to be the run game, because passing won't be on display that much, but you got to play against 3 potential running backs to your 2.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on Buffalo more than it is on, because I mean, Lamar got to out. Lamar can say, hey, we don't play in 9 inches of snow blowing the whole game with a 10-mile-an-hour circular wind.
Ice everywhere.
We don't ice everywhere. We don't have cleats made for this. This ain't our. We don't do this. We do crab cakes in the harbor. That's it. We don't live this life.
So I mean, I ain't trying to hear none of that. That they built for the.
Yeah, they are. They built for a game like this. I just think that the players not really Josh Allen. They had to stop. The Ravens had to stop James Cook. If you stop James Cook, you stop the Bills. It's been proven all season. Every game James Cook does not show up and have over 100 yards, they lose. So again, when you go into a game, even last week, he set the tone early. So you have to stop James Cook. I think the Ravens will stop James Cook. He's the guy. They don't respect none of the receivers, even though those receivers are really good. But in the snow atmosphere, they're not gonna be able to get off like that. I don't think personally. But I think Derrick Henry. Again, I don't want to see Justice Hill. Fuck Justice Hill. I want to see Derrick Henry touch the ball 25 times at least.
I think you want the young kid in there for the first half to soften them up, and play them like Alabama would play. The young kid coming there, soften them up, and the old man coming in the second half and run all over.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't trust. Justice Hill put the ball on the ground too.
Henry gonna put the ball on the ground if you have him running too early, too soon, or too much soon, too early.
I think Lamar gonna run the ball early too. I like the way Lamar, his last press conference, he forgot about that pick 6 he threw when they basically beat the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? So I think he'll come in and focus, and he's gonna be running the football. I think every opportunity he get to run that shit, he gonna run it.
If they go in there with the game plan they had against the Steelers, it's gonna be hard for Buffalo.
100%. Because y'all took away Derrick Henry early, and Lamar said, "Okay, but I'm running out the back door."
That was they said that was the plan, was to take Henry away, but you still had accurate passing, able to run, able to hand off to the other running back, Lamar. You felt like Lamar was the lesser of 4 evils, but he was 2 evils in one.
Big time.
By the third quarter. So Buffalo gonna have the same problem. The only thing that's gonna save them is the weather is gonna hamper a lot of his zigzagging shit, but he's still gonna run left, run right. Henry gonna run up the middle. The young kid gonna run up the middle and soften that up for him, even if it's just 2 or 3 yards at a time. By third quarter, them cats ain't gonna want to be running up on no big boy like that, 200 pounds running up.
That's why I'm like, I just need Todd Monken not to lose the game. Like every time Todd Monken comes out and want to pass and pass, every time like Lamar goes over 30 attempts, they lose. So they need to run the football, throw it to the tight ends, Likely and Andrews.
A smart coordinator allows changes based on everything, including the weather.
Definitely.
So
I'm going Ravens for sure. So I've been ringing the Ravens bell since my Cowboys were eliminated. I think the Ravens gonna win the championship. I think they're going to the Super Bowl, and I stand on that pick.
So that's been like since week 6. But okay.
Yep.
That's tough. Going for the I definitely gotta go for the Bills. I just gotta go for the Bills. I think both of these teams are evenly matched up to play the Chiefs.
Very evenly matched.
I feel like both of these teams are very well equipped to play the Chiefs. They did play the Chiefs, lost by 2 inches, and we know Josh Allen ran all over. So I feel like if Baltimore can keep the ball on the ground, can beat anybody as long as Lamar Jackson is not being the one asked to throw 50 times a game. That's not a winning formula for them. It never has been.
Never has
a winning formula for them when Lamar Jackson had to throw the ball. So if they can keep the ball on the ground, like you said, Derrick Henry 25, 30 touches, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I can see Buffalo win, but I'm definitely rooting for Buffalo for sure.
Word. And on some real shit, I wouldn't be mad if Buffalo actually won. That's how I think how evenly matched they are. I think the Ravens got a maybe like 1 point edge in the spread. So like I think they're very even. I think to me this is the AFC Championship game in my opinion. I think whoever play the Chiefs, they're gonna roll on the Chiefs.
Sure.
Easy work. They're gonna get them niggas about it quickly because the Chiefs can't move the ball on the field.
Can't beat the refs.
I think they're gonna get blown out to the point where it's not even gonna matter about the refs.
Refs ain't gonna.
I'm sure that I think whoever wins this game is going to the Super Bowl. Real talk. Because the refs only do it when the game is tight. They're not gonna be able to cheat when the game is out of reach when I'm up 3 touchdowns.
No, but they set the precedence today with them bullshit calls. So it wasn't even a tight game when they were calling.
One thing I noticed about that too, they never do it 2 games in a row. They never cheat back to back. You notice it's like oh shit, they had all this cheating calls. The next game is not even close to that level of cheating. So I can't see them going back to back weekends it's gonna be a big uproar. You know what I'm saying? Like they do it in a sneaky fashion where it's like, okay, we cheated this week, we can't really cheat this next week. I agree. They already beat OKC already this year. So I mean, to me, I don't like it. I think the Chiefs are a bad team personally. I thought the Lions were a bad team. I've said this numerous times.
Yeah, bro.
To diminish the whole fact that Josh Allen should win MVP. They say, oh, he beat the Lions and they were undefeated. He beat the Chiefs and they were undefeated. Those teams are not good to me. I never thought they were good teams, personally. Never. It's like outside of those 2 wins, what team did Buffalo beat? That was good.
But I mean, you don't blame them. You don't blame them for their schedule, dude. When they lose to the teams, you say they're sorry. But when they win, you turn around and say, well, okay, they won, but they ain't that good.
Well, I'm only saying that in conjunction against the debate versus Lamar Jackson. That's it. Like, you can't say that, all these teams Lamar's beat are just better. Like, they play in a better division. So if the Bills played in a better division, they wouldn't have the best record in that division. They after they had the second seed, in week 11, they wrapped that shit up early because their division is so bad. So it's not like he's playing against really good teams. Is what I'm trying to say. Is like the comp ain't really that good, so your numbers are gonna be inflated. But he struggled in the last 2 games versus the Dolphins and New England. Those teams are not that good.
They played to the last game just to get the one. If they'd have lost to Detroit, if they'd have lost to the Vikings, you would have had the Vikings as the 1 seed versus what you had going against Detroit. But you would have preferred the Detroit Commodores versus Detroit Commodores.
What you mean? What you mean by that?
If they had the 1 seed like Detroit had instead of the Vikings having it, would you have preferred the Vikings and the Commodores playing?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't have mattered to me. I thought the Vikings were going to the Super Bowl. I think they didn't want to lay the egg. I think Sam Darnold and them just didn't play well at all.
Yeah.
So I mean, I understand your point you're making. You're right about the point you're making, but I don't think it would have mattered. I think the team would have went. Like the Rams would have beat up whoever they had to play. I don't think they had to play the Lions. They would have beat the Lions too. I called the Rams to win the division. I think the Rams were going to be really good this year. So I'm not saying that I wanted them to be in the Super Bowl, but I thought that they were going to be a really good team, personally, offensively, because I don't think nobody in the league can check Puka Nacua at all. No cornerback can check him one-on-one. I've not seen one cornerback shut him down at all. He get his shit every game.
I guess
over 11 targets a game. He gonna get his touches every single game.
Guess you'll see tomorrow if you think the Great White Hope can, Jason Sehorn 2.0 can shut it.
That's how I feel based on what I'm watching. I like Puka Nacua. I think because in fact he's tough. So like even in a game where they might not throw the ball down the field, they can throw him a bubble screen or wide receiver screen, and he's gonna run right over Darius Slay, who had a rib injury in the last game. I'm telling you, Darius Slay is not gonna play in this game the whole time. Guaranteed. He's not gonna be able to match up with him physically all game long and run with him. He's young. They're gonna run almost some reverses. I'm telling you. McVay is gonna be the key. I think McVay is gonna be against. It's gonna be McVay versus Kellen Moore, and I'm gonna take McVay. I don't trust Kellen Moore. Remember, I'm saying this now. Remember, everything I'm saying to y'all. When Jack is in here acting crazy, what we gonna call him? What's his other nickname? Caddis. When Caddis in here acting a fool tomorrow, Caddis, he gonna realize, Kellen Moore got y'all. Not your team is great. No, your team is great. It's Kellen Moore. He's gonna be the one that really show. And again, I just don't trust him. He's the same one that called that third and 20, the quarterback keeper with Dak. Yeah, he called that play. And when y'all laughing and shit was saying Dak did, he called that play and was like, "Yes, this is what we practice to win the game." How? You call on a 3rd and 20 something? You called a quarterback keeper.
Now, speaking of quick before we get out of here, the Dallas Cowboys have announced that they have conducted an in-person interview with Robert Saleh. Do you think that a Rooney interview, or do you think that this is a serious candidate for the job?
I would hope it'd be serious, but I think it's a Rooney, like you said earlier. I think it's a Rooney, Joe. I mean, we know how the Cowboys are. They got a plan already. They got Brian Schottenheimer in the building. He's our OC, not McCarthy. They got Kellen Moore, who they interviewed, who they like with Dak. They don't really want Dak to have to learn a new offense. I know the Cowboys at the back of my hand. I say this shit all the time. They do the same. They wanted to hire Kellen Moore last year, but they couldn't do it. So they're going to try to say, oh, he left and went with the Eagles, and look how good the Eagles are. We're going to bring him back to Dallas. It's bullshit. Jerry don't do the same shit. You have Jason Witten on your staff. It's crazy. Bro, Kellen Moore's not good, bro. I'm trying to tell you he's not good. We seen when he was with San Diego, the Chargers. People forget after 1 year, Philly's loaded across the board. A.J. Brown, Smith, Goddard, Saquon. Come on, man, with one of the best offensive lines in the league. To tush push with Jalen Hurts. Bro, it's not what you got to do on offense, bro. Get the ball to Saquon.
That's not much.
Throw the ball to Goddard in the flats. Get the ball to A.J. Brown, bro. It's not hard to call that game. Tush push, you know you're going to get, if it's 3rd and 1, we going tush push. He going to convert it. So, I mean, like, you just got to get 8. You got to get 9 yards, maybe 8 yards. Is that hard to get as an offensive coordinator? But all the talent you got around you? It's not really hard. Now, when you go back to Dallas and shit, you got CeeDee Lamb and who else?
So what's this dirt? What's this dirt your coach wife say she got on the Patriots that she gonna drop for them doing her husband wrong?
Well,
sir,
I don't know about this dirt. You telling me? You breaking news over here. I don't know what that is.
I'm interested in knowing as well because it was a sham hiring. Well, I mean, not necessarily a sham. You know what I'm saying? That they just wanted to honor Bill's final. They let Jerod Mayo be the coach of the New England Patriots. Trying to make it seem like everything fell to hell and he couldn't keep the team together. See, I mean, I think the team fell off the tracks way before. I think that the same thing would have kind of happened. I think the same with the bad play calls and the penalties and the fan pelt. It's like, bro, Bill, I don't think he would have eradicated any of this stuff either. It would have just been the same team. Hopefully, Mike Vrabel gets in there and changes some stuff for Coach Mayo. I definitely feel for Coach Mayo.
I think they gave Coach Mayo a raw deal. Like you said, they hired Van Pelt. They didn't fix the offensive line. They came in and said, we're not going to start Drake May. We're going to start Jacoby. And it's like, did you expect to win? Like, I mean, what were you expecting him to do in his first year? So like, you hired the guy for what? To me, it's like, again, like you said before, it's to serve Bill's final wishes or to just make him a scapegoat. It's I guess the same thing what they did with David Culley. Nobody expected David Culley to be fired. But it's like, why would you fire the man? Like, after Deshaun Watson, you going in with a quarterback that's not good. It's like, what did you expect them to do? Win the division? Like, I'm confused. I don't. That's why I said I wouldn't take a job like that. I'm a different type. I'm cut differently. I'm not taking a job for money, knowing I can't really thrive and do my thing. I believe I'm more valuable than that. I told nigga kiss my ass. I'm cool.
This contract,
that's a great. That's an interesting question because we know now that Joe was let go because he won the final game. Isn't him getting in trouble for that or him costing his job? Is it like him? Like, isn't that saying like you wanted to lose the game?
Yeah. I feel you. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going.
It was strategically not the Patriots for you to win that football game. So we are going to punish you for that.
Big time. I think you broke that story. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, if that's a scenario that you want to present, again, I'm not cut like that, so I understand why Mayo did it. But if they asked me and I'm putting the practice squad guy in. I'm not going to even put in Bazooka Joe.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the practice squad guy in. Simple as that. If y'all want to lose, let's lose. But I'm not going to be here for the loss because you're going to blame me. You dig? So I refuse to be a part of some shit like that. Even if the bread's guaranteed, I don't want the money. All money ain't good money. Because I'm going to tell you why. Where's Gerard Mayo going to get a job now?
He'll get a defensive job somewhere.
But that's not what he wants. He want to be a head coach.
I'd
rather hold out. Look at Brian Flores.
Brian Flores keeping a job. It's just not a head coaching job.
I feel you, but he want to be a head coach. So again, if you want to be a head coach, you don't want to taint your record.
Okay, but you didn't walk in this blind. You played the game. That's how you got to the point you was at. You played the game. But then you turn around and said, when you knew something was going to happen or had a feeling something was going to happen, you just said, fuck it, I ain't going to play the game no more. I'm going to play it my way. If I'm going I'm going to go out my way. And you went out your way with the guaranteed money. Well, how long was this contract, kid? 2 years or 3 years?
I think Gerard Mayo was supposed to be our coach for the next 3 years.
Okay, so you like a Panthers coach now. You collecting checks to do something else.
Matt Rule. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm not doing that shit. I'm good.
Rule got 2 checks from 2 different locations, and he collecting a check for actually working.
Agreed.
So, you know,
again, I'm going to take the long route. I refuse to just. You're not about to hire me to be a flunky. I'm cool.
It don't, like I said, it's the game. You already know if you go in there, they're either invested or you're just a bridge coach.
Of course.
And maybe he went in there knowing he was a bridge coach.
I respect that too. If he did, if that's his game plan, cool. I respect that. I'm not knocking the approach. You know, I'm just saying I refuse to do that type of shit because.
I mean, my
resume is important. Like I have a stain on my resume, so like when I can walk anywhere and I have no stains on my shit. Like you're not gonna say, "Oh, I had a lapse in this or a small judgment in this or I had a down year," or nah. The resume's up, so the money is gonna be up. So whatever I expect to happen, I'm gonna speak up and say, "This is what I'm worth." I know, like even Robert Saleh, like he know. The fact that it just failed without him, his stock is up. It was a blessing him getting fired, really, because now they realize, okay, it wasn't Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh had us at a certain point. Now, the dissemination after Robert Saleh leaves, that defense falls the cliff. So it's like now, okay, whoever hires him now, that's why I was happy you brought that up with the Cowboys. I think Robert Saleh is the perfect guy to be hired.
I think so.
But you couldn't.
I think he can do the job.
You couldn't look at the Jets and not know it wasn't a coaching thing; it was a management thing.
Yeah, 100%.
You couldn't look at that and not blatantly see that. Even with say the Panthers, their intern coach that they fired at the end of the season after he put them in a winning season position, and they've been ass ever since. You could say the same thing for the Bears and Lovie Smith.
Yep,
Lovie Smith is the last coach with a winning season with them, and they've been through what 4 or 5.
Come on now, preach. And I said the other night, I was like, yo, I would hire Lovie Smith again because I feel like he got a raw deal, like you just said. He's the guy that kept y'all at a certain level, and since you fired him, you've done nothing. So it's you. It's not just the Fields. It's not anybody else. It's you guys in the office, in the front office, and they just hired a GM a couple seasons ago. The brothers really bring a lot of talent there, from Swift to Keenan Allen to DJ Moore. So I mean, he's doing his job. He's bringing the talent there. They drafted Caleb Williams, so it's going to take a coach. I'm interested to see who the Bears going to hire, and I really think it's going to be Joe Brady.
So Robert Saleh wouldn't work in Chicago.
He could, but again, who was his OC?
I think he could go after Mike McCarthy.
They could rock. I think Joe Brady is going to really, because they seen what he did with Josh Allen. That's the key. It's like, okay, we know what you did with Josh Allen. Do that with Caleb Williams. That's the blueprint.
So who's Mike McCarthy's project that he turned into somebody elite?
Dak Prescott.
He did. I think he developed Dak as a quarterback. And again, most people don't like Dak as a quarterback, so I get it. But I'm just telling you, I've said this numerous times. Dak came into the league as not a passer. He's a passer now. So again, that takes development. Jason Garrett didn't do that. That's McCarthy. His team, whatever he's decided to do, and the guys he worked out with, helped him become a 300 to 400,000 yard passer each season. over 30 touchdowns, over 25 touchdowns in the last couple of years. That's all Dak Prescott. He had 1 year where he led the league in interceptions. Most of the time he was hurt half that year. We didn't have any good receivers that year. So again, it's not an excuse, it's the truth. Again, if you're throwing to Allen Hurns and fucking Brown and Tavon Austin, like, bro, come on, man. Like, what the fuck you expect the nigga to do? I hate that shit.
I was.
You can say you're a liar. You said you was going to sleep, man.
No, I did. I told my man's, oh shit, I gotta get on the box room.
Oh no, he was going to bed. I begged him to get on. You're just keeping it real. Just keeping it funky. I keep keeping it real.
Hey dog, but
he really was going to sleep for sure. Yeah. He might go to sleep right now.
I was about to say something, bro. And then he threw me off. I was about to say something. He threw me off. I was saying, McCarthy. McCarthy should go. I think he should go to Chicago if he had the opportunity.
Chicago? Yeah, I like McCarthy. I think McCarthy's a good. He can't motivate a fly, but he's I like the fact he's tactical. Like, I like the fact the way he calls plays is very comfortable. He made Dak just feel comfortable. I feel like I didn't see Dak have a bad, like, when he dropped back, the play he gave him was like he gave him 2 or 3 reads in one. So it's like, okay, the read he gave him was a quick read. Okay, that's a quick one. Like, the way the play is designed to get a guy open every single time. So you take that read of 3 to 4 yards, take it, or you go front side, another read, take it, or run.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I think that was what Dak was missing, because Dak was holding the ball too long. If you notice, he don't hold the ball too long anymore. He was holding that shit and patting that shit and getting sacked, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that was his biggest issue, I thought, on Jason Garrett. And I think he moved on from that, just getting the ball out of his hand faster. Not saying he made the best decisions every single time. He struggled with trying to read linebackers, I still feel like, and safeties. But other than that, I think Dak has gotten better as a passer every single year. I just think Dak needs a slot receiver. He thrives when he had Cole Beasley. That was his best receiver to me.
Cole Beasley type.
Yeah, he needs a Cole. He needs somebody that's fast to make a quick decision to get open. Because Dak is very accurate when it comes to the intermediate game. But having to get CeeDee Lamb the ball, who can't really run routes, who round this shit off, and he giving half effort, you can't throw the ball to CeeDee Lamb like that, because you don't know what type of effort you're gonna get play to play. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying CeeDee Lamb can't play, but it's like, huh?
It was only a 1 year deal where he had like 100-some catches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
1,700.
Yeah, and then he went to Buffalo. Buffalo signed a nigga quick. Boop. Done. Just like that. Out of here. But Cole Beasley was getting all, bro, because you had the quick. You had Zeke. The read option was there. Quick pack. And Zeke, Dak can run at the time. Damn, Dak can't run. He run like the goddamn 10 man. That nigga got 2 left feet. You got to put WD-40 on this nigga leg. His leg is fucked up, dog. He run like Ron Artest, bro. That nigga's a robot when he run.
Run like Metta World.
Metta World Peace. That nigga, bro. Look at Metta World Peace with the Lakers. That's how Dak moves. Stiff as a pitch. Like, he can't move it off. That's why Dak don't want to run no more. He's like, bro, I can't do this shit no more, bro.
Oh,
that's why he hurt his hamstring running. Because Jerry, like, you got to run more, Dak. I think a lot of times that's what the league is going to too. I'm telling you, they're gonna look at that rule too. As far as quarterback, Pat Mahomes running out of bounds, like on that roughing the passer zone, he was running out of bounds and cut up field and tried to slide. No, they're gonna review that shit now.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna tell you why. More black quarterbacks are running the football more too. They're gonna revise them rules.
They gotta do something about that.
They're gonna revise them rules because again, it's not the black quarterbacks doing it. It's more the Josh Allen's, But they doing that for a reason. They want to make sure they can hit them quarterbacks more. I'm telling you. I firmly believe that.
Already in play, if I'm not mistaken. They already have a picket rule that you can't fake the slide. If you do, it's a penalty.
Yeah, they don't call it that often though. They should.
It's the Kenny Pickett rule.
Yeah.
In fact, I think they did it. I might be wrong. It might be the college level that's got it, but somebody got it already based on what he did.
Baker does the same thing. So I think they're going to review that rule. Troy Aikman said it tonight. Troy Aikman said they're going to review that rule because of the fact that you're deceiving defensive players. They can't hit you because they don't know if you're running or you're not.
Right.
Like when you giving a quarterback all these special privileges, like, man, fuck all that, bro. Like, you a football player at the end of the day. You running with the ball. That's why I said I love Al Shearer for the Texans. Hit that nigga in the mouth.
For sure.
That's the type of football I come from. Steve Atwater, Roy Williams, like that. Yo, I'm coming across the middle with the elbow to your chin.
Yeah, I got to.
Straight up. That's how we play old school football. I'm going to let you know you're not coming in the middle. No.
Hell yeah, straight
up.
So
again, when I see that, I'll be like, man, we just got to get. You got to get again. I want balance. I want to protect the players too. Protect the quarterback. I want the quarterback to play. But you can't take football to make it flag football.
So, my final question is, man, do you feel like Jerry is candidate for coaching the Dallas Cowboys?
Who?
Dion?
All right. So, Lito said it. I'm going to give Lito credit. Lito said it a long time ago, like beginning of the year. He said he felt like they was going to trade Dak for Shador. He said it's a long. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He did.
The Oracle might be the Oracle bag. He was in the Oracle bag. I ain't gonna say legal bag. Oracle bag. He said this a long time ago. He said that Dallas would get Dion to be the coach. I think Deion Sanders is not happy with Colorado because he asked them. This is the grapevine now. Me ain't talk about this at all. He asked them for more money for NIL and for more of his coaching staff. Colorado said no. He's giving Colorado astronomical amounts of resources and this, bro, and just brought the whole program to a certain level. They're on TV now. Yeah. You're a one-win program. You're losing money. Your boosters got money. He's acquiesced to the older people in that community. The lady who's 100-some years old. She's the longest living, I guess, Colorado fan in that area. Has made her a monarch in that spot, if you will. Brought the whole joint up, and Deion actually for some more money for his NIL program with the players and the coaches. You say no? That's some bullshit to me personally. I don't like that type of shit. So with that being said, I don't know if he would want to deal with Jerry Jones, his bull job, but it's something you can do. Think about the money Deion would make, or just the fact that, man, that's a merit. And I think people forget about this too. Little known fact. He was on NFL Network. He wanted to be the Dallas Cowboy coach, and Jerry wouldn't give him an interview. This is a long time ago when Deion first started coaching this shit before he decided to do his own joint in California. I'm going to try to find that clip when he was on NFL Network. He said, yeah, I love to coach the Dallas Cowboys. And he also have said before, I don't know if I can coach wrong people. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have the same, they're not coachable as well. They think they already know everything. So
yeah, because I was just about to say, hopefully we can hold him to the same standards and the same. He already said that he didn't want to coach adults, and he said he didn't
adults. He said
want to coach a team that his sons were.
Yeah, but it's like, to me, man, when you see how much money you and your son can make, and Travis Hunter, like, to keep that nucleus together, and it's feasible because of the fact of the rankings, like, you can really pull it off at this point. You trade Dak somewhere, if Dak agrees to that trade clause, the number one pick, you get him, and then you trade for the number 1, 2. Like, you could literally have him and Travis Hunter because you got the number 1 pick already.
Okay,
you just trade Dak for the whatever pick that Travis Hunter would pick.
You lose the one thing you covet the most, which is control.
Of course, you're right. So again, it's gonna be that battle of, do I want to lose control to somebody like? But again, Jerry loves Deion Sanders. Now, don't get it fucked up. Jerry's the one that traded for Deion first.
Okay, but he also loved Quincy Carter. He loves for you to play for him. But decision making is a totally different bag.
Agreed. He a covert racist. I 100%. He a bigot. I firmly believe that.
Just keep it what it is. If you can make him money, you good with him. But
I'm telling you, I think that's what he's looking at. He know if I get Deion here,
that's money. But
that's all money. That's all money.
Are you going to allow him to make money making decisions?
Could be, but again, who knows? I don't know. I don't know. That's something up in the air. I think that it will be something that'll be very exciting for Cowboy Nation. I think we get Shador as our quarterback, and you get Travis Hunter and put him in at 21. Man, that's gonna be up.
You don't give your kids that kind of control. You gonna give that to a black man?
Yeah. But again, I'm gonna tell you one thing that somebody said the other day. They said Deion ain't black. He like OJ. He's just prime.
No, Deion black because Deion can flip back and forth across that fence better than OJ could.
Of course, yeah. OJ was already OJ thought I'm OJ. I'm not black.
Everybody knew who OJ was.
Yeah.
That wasn't no surprise. And the only thing the trial did was confirm what we already knew. He wasn't black again until he was in trouble again.
Of course. Now he black. Now he want y'all to come help me out, y'all. Yeah, for sure. But he went after that, even after and before he passed on, God rest his soul. He was still messing with white women after that. So,
okay, but he was when he was doing them Hertz commercials, he wasn't concerned with y'all, but
at all.
When that trial come, all of a sudden you see him at y'all churches, at y'all functions.
Yes, sir.
He's back again, as they would like.
He the juice.
They gave him back to us. This other mess, like they tried to do MJ, But I mean, it is what it is. Definitely. The thing is, in my opinion, anyway, I don't see him being the coach because to me he's like Bill Parcells. He wants control.
Yeah.
And that's one thing he got in Colorado. He got control in Colorado
to a certain extent.
If another college team, if the NIL is an issue, if another college team with a bigger NIL option comes to him, I think he jumps at that quicker than he jumps at the Cowboys job. This news about the Cowboys, all this news about the Cowboys inquiry does is keep his name in the media
news cycle, of course, through the playoffs, through the Super Bowl. That's all his goal is. Keep us relevant, keep us talking about, that's all.
More concerned with what if Deion does this or what if Deion does that versus, we still got playoff games going. We got a Super Bowl coming up.
Of course.
We got a draft coming up.
And they talking about the Cowboys still. They talked about today on Fox.
But the Colorado ain't gonna fuck it up like Jackson State fucked it up. If he's if he's making noise about the NIL, trust me, they boosters and alumni gonna make something happen to keep him.
Right.
Like,
I agree.
There's more than enough weed to keep him there.
Agreed.
They'll find the money.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
The weed revenue alone should keep him there.
Yep. And in the fact that they flipped Julian Love, like that quarterback was going elsewhere, and he came to Colorado. They flipped another player, I think, recently that going to Colorado. So
but they need him more than he needs them.
That's right. That's right.
And they're the type of school in that area, in that region, where they really don't have to compete with a lot of college teams. No. And their biggest competition is the Broncos.
Real talk. And their schedule is weak as hell coming next year.
Yeah, they have an area, they have a base or an area that they can operate in for attention that's really unmatched in that region because there really isn't a whole lot going on there outside. The hockey team is ass, and Colorado State is ass.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, the Nuggets doing something, but they're not what they used to be.
Nope.
So right now, the three hottest things in Colorado are Colorado, the Nuggets, and the Broncos. And now the Broncos season over. But now the only people you competing with for attention is the Nuggets.
Yeah, and we'll see how far they go with Russell Westbrook and Jokic.
No, they're gonna low key do what they do, but the West is still the West.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think they might make the conference finals just based off their roster.
Yeah.
But somebody's gonna have to get injured for them to make the finals.
I agree.
They're not the team that won their trophy. That's
not even close. I mean, I think their benches got worse too. They lost Bruce Brown and they lost.
When they lost their bench.
Hope.
Yeah, when they lost their bench, they lost a key factor to them winning. Kind of like how Golden State did when they lost when Livingston and a couple of cats coming off the bench.
Yeah.
got
that
traded.
was the key. It's like they lost a lot off the bench. It's like, so now you like when you go to when Jokic come off the floor, it's like,
yeah, they bench players could have been starters elsewhere, and that was key to them. So I think that's the key with Denver as well. Denver hasn't found, like you said, Pope. They haven't found a Pope replacement. Jackson is nice. Jackson,
not at all.
But he ain't Pope, you know, and they in a slightly different situation if DeAndre Jordan getting more time.
Come on, dog. I was saying the same. I'm like DeAndre Jordan on the floor.
Yeah, y'all got him on the floor back in the because he was at the end of the bench last year and the year before that.
Yeah, he getting minutes this year for sure.
Now he getting some actual productive minutes, so they stressed, but
definitely
they might be the fourth. They might be the fourth best team in the West.
Yeah,
might be, but they would be number 2 in the East
easily.
So it's
gonna be interesting. I think OKC is part of the creme de la creme of the West right now. Like Sacramento surging too. Then they won 7 in a row. So I'm like, it's a lot of teams I'm looking at. The Clippers, I'm kind of seeing, okay, can they make a run in the next couple of weeks?
Won't get no
Harden hooping, Kawhi back. So it's a couple teams I'm looking at.
Too much on Fox and Sabonis. If Fox or Sabonis don't get off, then Sacramento don't get off.
Yeah,
Sacramento might be 5 to 8 in the West, and that ain't.
I think they got DeMar though is probably put over the top. DeMar and Herder, like they come and still got Monk, so they come to play even when Sabonis and Fox not really playing their best game.
But to me, Sacramento is just like one of these college teams that play 4 guards and a forward.
Yeah,
and you don't know you don't know half the time who's point. You don't know half the time who's the shooting guard.
Definitely.
The small forward is too low, too small. He gets exposed on defense. But that's what they run with. And then they bench is suspect. They got 2 players come off the bench.
Yeah, very suspect. Ellis and I think another cat.
If Ellis can't jack at least 5 threes, he's not in the game. So it's like, you
got Monk and then you got the other kid too, Lyles. Like their bench is definitely not as productive as it should be. So I mean, I Keegan Murray too come off the bench too. So I think I just like the way they play. I think them in a series as I'm speaking of more playoffs. I think they're built for the playoffs. Like to beat them in a series is gonna be tough because Fox will go off a 30 anytime. Like Sabonis will go off and get a triple double anytime. And then the fact that the Mavericks not there with Luka hurt, it's a lot of teams that's not really gonna be in the mix in the West.
They only doing what they're doing now because Christie lets them play basically to their liking versus Coach Brown having a structure of this is what I want and I want defense.
Definitely.
They running up points, but they still ass
not
on
defense.
That's the only thing going on right now is they're not being held accountable for their lack of defense like they was with Coach Brown. And
agreed.
Fox was like, I'm tired of you complaining about my defense. Put up 30 some odd points. Well, okay, you put up,
come on, you gotta lock in. You want a championship, don't you?
30 points, but the dude that you're supposed to be defending puts up 31 points. You're not playing defense, guy. I mean,
and then you got the Rockets too. Like people don't realize the Rockets are number 2. Like again, nobody's watching the NBA right now. So what we talking about is like you got to be tuned in and watch this shit. The Rockets are number 2, one of the youngest teams in the league.
I only watch them when I know they playing certain teams and coach about to fight or
same here. I'm the same way when I got a big game. I ain't watching them other than that.
Somebody gonna
playing well this year. So I mean, it's gonna be up.
Somebody gonna talk about his baby mama and he gonna be ready to fight and coach gonna back him
up.
That's the only time I'm watching them.
Same here.
But I mean they get up and down the floor too.
They're feisty, dog.
Outside of that kid Dylan Brooks not being the dog he claimed he is.
He a pup.
He's a defensive liability, but he's supposed to be the defensive lockdown guy. But it is what it is.
Yeah. He's supposed to be that guy, but he's not. He more of a talker. He's more of a like antic type guy. He like Lance Stevenson to me. He's not really a shutdown guy like that. He's not really like in that Tony Allen. He want to be Tony Allen like that, but it's like these guys don't put the work in. That's why I don't respect these young niggas. I don't.
I respectfully disagree that you put him in Lance Stephenson category. Lance had his moment. Lance had his moments, guy. Don't do that. Indiana Lance.
No, not Indiana Lance. I'm talking about like Lance after Indiana. No, like way after Indiana. That Lance.
No. Even Laker Lance had his mommoments.
Not even that. That's more like after. That's from overseas Lance though. Like.
Okay, yeah. You can do that.
He overseas Lance. No, I ain't disrespecting the brother at all. But
that's like saying
I don't think Dylan Brooks really shuts guys down. I think he just like he fouls. He like Draymond Green. He let the foul guys a lot and act like he playing defense. More of a Carlos Boozer, like they like the yell and shit. Oh, like you're not really doing it. You're not effective. That shit don't mean nothing. You got 3 fouls. You going to the bench. I'm going to go to the free throw line. This is dumb basketball to me. I think like these guys are fake tough guys. They don't really do nothing but like push and shove. They're not really intimidating anybody. Like Rick Mahorn will intimidate you, like really give you that elbow to your face. Kevin Garnett really would intimidate you for real. Like I'm used to the old school people. You know what I'm saying? Like even Lambeer, like Rodman. Those guys are really let you know, like, bro, you're not coming in the hole. That shit you doing outside, you can do all that shit all you want to. You're not coming in here though. That's why I play. I play in the middle. I'm not even that tall.
Your league want a physical team like that now. They don't want a physical brand. They want 100 3-pointers.
Oh yeah,
30 of them.
Yeah, at least. We talked about this before, like the Europeanization of the NBA. Yeah. I feel like I called that early on. Niggas was like, "What you mean?" I said, "But I'm telling you, this is what they want. They want to get black kids in the inner city out of the league because they're making too much money. Yeah, they want to make sure they can put their European little players in, Mata Balufas, and they can get these guys from Africa. They can put them in these little camps overseas for like 7 years and put them in a draft. They ain't been to college. They ain't been to high school. They ain't been to shit. They just know I play basketball. Yeah. I'm happy to be here. Yeah. They know.
No, but that NBA Africa.
Yeah, that's real.
They got their own channel and shit. They pump that better than the WNBA.
Come on, I tell them all the time. There's shit going on that people don't even realize. It's whole programs going on where they getting people from Africa. President Chu was in that program. Like, it's a lot of players that was in that program that are coming here. They're not going to college. They're not doing anything but just playing basketball. And they sneak them in the draft and they say, okay, he'll be evaluated. Okay, we put him in a little program or whatever. And they know who he is already.
It's not even a sneak him in the draft because a lot of the teams over there in Africa are run by or have former NBA in the management.
Yeah.
So it's more or less a direct pipeline like you got with the Europeans, with Divock running basically Europe for the NBA. If Divock says you can play in the NBA, it's pretty much a done deal.
That's a big fact. I think the same way they did with Cuba in baseball pipeline. They gonna make sure we get access to wealth.
That's all of South America for the major league. They've been had a pipeline coming out of there because I mean that's all you need is one player from one country, and then all of a sudden you put a farm in that country, and all of a sudden they got at least 2 every year in the
every year. Somebody's gonna be there every single year.
Somebody come in even if it's on the 100th round pick. Somebody from the Dominican or from Venezuela is gonna wind up on somebody's system.
100
and on their double A or single A, and then they're gonna work their way up. It's a given. But I mean that's the money now.
That's it. That's why I tell Black Americans all the time, like, bro, you gotta wake up and understand everything. Like they banned TikTok already. Everything you do well, people don't want to hear when I say this shit. Everything you do as a Black American, they're gonna try to shut down and replace you and put somebody else in that spot. Even the acting roles in Hollywood. Look at the movies that come out now. They're not a black Americans that are really going to acting school and coming in and doing these things. They're doing by foreigners or somebody that's from. And again, I love people from diaspora. I got people I know that's from that from different countries. I'm not tripping on that. I'm saying is that it's a calculated effort to keep us broke, keep us out of access to wealth. So that's one of the things I try to focus on and give niggas knowledge on. Like, dog, You got to wake up. This is the thing we built. You did. Our generation built these, not ours, but people before us built it. Like Larry Bird and Magic and MJ, like they built it to a certain point. And the Kobe's and the Tim Duncans and the Kevin Garnett's, even shout out to Moses Malone, like people like that who are foundational Black Americans who really, really are entrenched in this culture. We built these things, but now they want to replace us with folks like Russell Nesterovich. And people that shouldn't be in the league at all. Like how did Russell Nesterovich get in the league? How did bro, how are you in here? Like,
sound. He's fundamentally sound. He plays basketball the way they like for it to be played, which is below the rim, because they're tired of y'all dunking on everybody, because that's they like them 90-foot 3-pointers and 6 foot 50 3-point attempts.
Yeah, all day long.
They like all that, that shaking and baking and no look passing and bounce pass half court. They tired of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting too dominant for them.
Oh yeah, big time.
The money now is in overseas versus what you got here.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
The product isn't Kobe, Duncan, Nowitzki-ish.
Yeah.
There's a drop off.
Big time. And you got guys like Zion who wasn't been that guy who wanted to eat up everything.
He hasn't been on a consistent.
He hasn't been consistent.
He can't make half a season.
Anthony Davis the same way. You're letting us down. Like, I look at Anthony Edwards, it's like, bro, Anthony Edwards, you gotta take the reins take the bull by the horn, brother. Like, the league is yours.
But even Anthony got shortcomings.
He does.
All he can do is dunk.
That's it. And then he shoots too many threes this year. Like, he's shooting like 7 threes a game. It's like, bro,
if you was hitting them at a high clip, that'd be something different.
Yeah.
But it's almost as if you out there doing it because you saw the Olympic team do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it back here because the Olympic team taught you how to be a dog. But I'm under the impression of you don't have to get around a bunch of dogs to learn how to be a dog if you're used to being the dog.
That's right.
You just another dog. So all you should have been doing was, how do I get this from this dog to be the next big dog?
That's right.
And that's not what I got from you from the Olympics. I got from you from the Olympics was they told you, it's your team, own it. But you should have already known that, being the number 1 pick on the team.
I'm not letting LeBron James start over me.
Yeah, nobody had to tell Kevin Garnett he was next when Minnesota drafted him out of high school.
Bro, nobody.
He knew he was next.
Yeah, he knew he was next. It's a certain attitude level. Like,
yeah, these new kids, they need cheerleaders when they should already,
like,
they should be cheerleaders.
Even Jason Tatum letting Steve Kerr does not play him at all. It's crazy to me. Steve Kerr, you're not qualified to not play me, son. I've been in the media, bro. I'm Jason Tatum. I need to be in the game. Steve Kerr is losing his damn mind, not playing me at all.
I think that they're low key tanking so they can get that pick they had with Winston that didn't pan out, and he's on Detroit now, some shit. Like
Golden State.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Wiseman.
Yeah, Wiseman. My bad.
I know you're going with it.
They low key like we here,
right.
But we ain't.
I think you're right.
Say what you want. That's over there. They had a hell of a run.
Yeah, it's over. I think it's over too.
When management and coaching and the right picks come to play, you have 3 championships in 6 years, or 4 championships in 10 years.
Yeah,
you can say you had a hell of a run. You built a new stadium off that. You fan base,
new money.
Increase the owner's revenue.
They're making big money. They're like third now. Golden State is like third behind like Dallas, the Yankees. It's another team like right in front of them, and it's like Golden State right there. Like
when he bought that team, for a few million and a pack of Bud Light.
Yes,
now
It's in the billions now.
So you can't say he didn't get a return on his investment.
Yeah, but I think they're probably gonna trade Wiggins. They probably gonna trade. And me personally, I would have traded Draymond Green a long time ago. I don't like fake tough guys. If you tough, you tough. If you
nobody wants them. I think they're just gonna lean towards retirement for and your favorite player. They're gonna just let them retire in the sunset.
Yeah, well, I'm not letting. Again, I would have let Clay retire. If anything, I'm not letting Draymond Green retire to go.
Clay still think he can get the money and shoot 7 for 10.
Yeah, he already showed with the Mavericks he's not that same player. So it's like, again, he's a fool because he didn't read the room. He didn't read the fact that, okay, I'm not that good anymore. Let me take less money to stay here with the nucleus. I'm better beside Steph Curry than I am beside anybody else.
Oh, he read the room. He just read the wrong cheerleader. That's all. Somebody told him. Somebody told him he wasn't Otis. He was David. Somebody told him.
That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. Or he could have been Dennis Edwards.
Yeah, even at that, the Temptation review ain't the same as the Temptation.
It's not the same. And people don't realize too, like, I'm gonna give you a little just say a musical perspective right quick. Like, people don't realize like the Temptation had their biggest songs with Dennis Edwards in the 70s. It was never with Dennis, it was never with David and Eddie. It was Dennis Edwards. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but what you can't deny is that out of those three, the most talented was in order David, Eddie,
sure.
and then Dennis.
Yeah.
He had all three had distinctive voices.
Yeah.
But the range, have legend tell it, the range for David Ruffin was 1 through 5.
Yeah, easily.
1 through 5.
If I had a single voice, I would probably want to sing David Ruffin for sure.
Yeah, he could hit notes Eddie could hit.
Yeah.
Eddie couldn't hit.
Yeah.
But Eddie had the tenor for it.
Definitely.
That man, if he could have stayed off them drugs, that was once in a lifetime voice. He was Luther before Luther if he wanted to be Luther.
Agreed.
But to put it in an analogy, that's
of course. I love the analogy. That's why I love the same analogy with Bobby Brown and New Edition. Is like, I love the fact that people fight for themselves. I love the fact that people like let the process play out. Like, you get Bobby Brown, New Edition, Johnny Gill, you get Bell Biv DeVoe. If none of those things happen, if Bobby always wants to be the same Bobby Brown he's been and never steps out and be Bobby Brown, you don't get those other assets that came along the way. You don't get the song Poison. You don't get My. You don't get none of these other hits off. Even Ross Presbeck going solo. So I think
that Ralph not going solo is the only thing that kept them relevant for the amount of time.
Yep.
He was the most talented out of that group.
I agree. So I like the development and the journey more or less than anything. So that's why I love people when they decide to just step on that limb. Go for it. Like, I like the fact that David said, even though he probably didn't say it, the movie said it. You know, like they come to see me. They come to see me. Like, they come to see Otis. And there was no, I think Otis was probably, he's the longest lasting Temptation. So he probably like, yeah, they came to see me. So he got his due too at the end. So
he's the founding member and the last remaining original. He's like
exactly.
Otis like 83, 85.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We losing a lot of legends, but it's comical how some of these kids from the day will sit there and tell you today's entertainment more talented than
that shit trash.
Hey, y'all live y'all life, man. That's all I say.
That shit trash. I tell them today. I tell young niggas to their face, that shit you niggas like is whack.
I don't argue with. It's like somebody telling me. Michelle Beal look better than. Okay, live your life, my guy. Go right ahead. I don't argue with.
I can't
like
deal
that.
with y'all niggas, man. I'm about to get out of here, bro. I can't deal with y'all niggas no more, man.
Or Eli's a top 5 quarterback all time, dead or alive.
Dead or alive.
kids, man.
Eli versus everybody.
I let them kids live their dream, man. Because clearly they dreaming, but I'm the one in La La Land. I'm like the fuck.
Shit. I tell their ass straight up, that shit whack as fuck.
Land,
I don't have no problem telling them. I'm still tapped in with the youngsters. I don't give a shit. I tell them that shit whack. Y'all gotta do better.
If that
y'all
local,
not innovative, nobody gonna play none of your shit in 20 years. None of it.
But if that local weed got y'all doing that, I hate to see if y'all get some of that Hawaii or that
that real ganja.
Oh my God.
Get some of that Jamaican, straight off the not even tapped, straight out the field.
Sheesh.
Go to the Bob Marley Museum. They'll throw that shit to you across the wall or in the bus. You'll be starving before you leave the compound. You will hit your cruise bus so hard that people think.
Can I please have some more, please?
Yeah, I don't know what y'all smoking over here, but ooh,
man, I smoke mid. They laugh at me all the time. I smoke mid.
No, see,
mid
yeah,
out of the gardens.
Yeah, look.
Out of the gardens, bro.
You don't, bro. Not
they
playing with y'all,
me all the time,
bro. Yeah,
I smoke with no chemicals. No chemicals, bro. This
wow.
It's
I
an
know where my shit is
occupation
coming from. I know exactly where it came out the weeds.
For me, I can't enjoy yet. When I retire, though, I'll make up for lost time. But in the meantime, like I said, this local shit y'all smoking got y'all delusional.
Look,
Eli,
mad chemicals in that shit.
Beyonce, best singer ever.
Hour 26 minute motherfucking hype box, man. Hell yeah. I've been starting for a route. This is Cups in the Gang live from the motherfucking hot box. You know I have my dog Dallas Mike. Shout out to the One Mike Pod. Tapped into this.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Real
motherfucker, man. You already know it's been a pleasure to have you every time, man. Y'all can catch the hot box every Sunday and Friday. Today was an impromptu Saturday playoff.
Yes,
special. Shout out to the motherfucking Wars for beating the damn Detroit Lions, best team in the NFC.
Crazy.
Yo, shout out to Dan Quinn, man. Former Cowboy. Shout out to the motherfucking.
Do
we clown Campbell for not winning the big games like they do Tomlin?
Have to. He next. He next week. We save him for next week.
Okay, y'all. Wait, because I mean, I don't want to be biased.
Oh no. You 100%. Yo, we on his bumper though.
No, we on it. Hell
we on his bumper for sure.
We definitely on Campbell.
Him and Ben Johnson, all them damn stupid ass plays.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But,
so yeah, fellas, man, we rolling the windows down. We letting the smoke out. Like I said, y'all can catch us Sunday, Monday, same place, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love y'all so much, man. Smoke with us next time.